Black folks are coming out to thank Donald Trump. And I've personally been able to thank Donald Trump before on this particular page. And what did I say? I said the man never lied. Exactly what he said he's going to do was what he did. So in this video today, I want you guys to listen to the reasons why Black folks, Black Americans specifically, are coming out to thank Donald Trump. To tell him thank you for everything you have done. We are grateful. You have done so well for this country. The question is this thanking him for the negative side or for the positive side? I don't know. I'm not the one that is thanking. They are the one thanking, right? So let's get right into this video and I'll be back with commentaries. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And let me know what your thoughts is in the comment section about this particular Thanksgiving. What is honestly not funny. Let's get right into it and I'll be back with commentaries.
Okay, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Donald Trump, not out of praise, but out of truth. Because while you rip through every part of this government, tearing down justice, equality, and fairness under the fake excuse of fighting DEI fraud, what you're really doing is confirming what Black folks have been saying for generations. America was built on racism, fueled by fear and sustained by white supremacy. You've exposed it all. The masks are off. The polite racism, the fake allyship, the colorblind lies, it's all gone. Now we see it raw and unfiltered. You're not just targeting policy, you're targeting people. Black people, brown people, marginalized communities. And the wild part, we make up the smallest portion of this country, yet somehow we are the biggest threat to the lie that white supremacy built. That should tell you everything. You're afraid not of violence, not of replacement, but of the power we hold even when we have nothing. You see the way our culture, our brilliance, our resilience, our excellence continues to shape this country, even when it tries to erase us. Donald Trump is just the loudest version of a system that's always been in place. He is the living, breathing proof that this country was never designed with us in mind. And yet, we continue to define it. So thank you, Donald, for exposing what so many tried to deny, for showing the world that the fear of Black greatness is real, for proving that racism isn't in our imagination, it's in the fabric of this nation. And to my people, we don't have to fight to prove our worth. He's doing that for us. All we have to do is stand firm, stay awake, and know that the truth is finally louder than the lie. We are not broken. We are not the problem. We are the evidence of the power that this country can contain. Let that truth ring louder than its hate.
I got an unpopular opinion, but I think that Donald Trump might be the best thing that ever happened to America. And I'm not trolling. Hear me out. See, I didn't say that because I support his politics or praise his policies. I said it because for the first time in a long time, America is being forced to look at itself in the mirror, and it's extremely uncomfortable. Ugly, messy, but necessary. See, Trump didn't invent division, racism, or greed. He just ripped the bandage off the wound that the country has been pretending doesn't exist. And in doing so, he made people who were asleep finally wake up. He made people start asking real questions. Why are rights being stripped away? Why is truth under attack? Why are so many clinging to power when the rest of us can barely afford rent or mortgage? See, this is not about loving or hating Donald Trump. This is about understanding that the chaos that is Trump exposed the fractures in our foundation. And sometimes you got to break it to rebuild it stronger. And now maybe, just maybe, we'll finally have the discussions about race, history, class, democracy that everybody's been avoiding for decades. So go ahead and drop a comment. Agree, disagree with me, educate me, whatever you want. Because if we don't talk about it now, when will we?
My name is Dylan Blaha, and this message is for every American who's scared right now. I'm a U.S. Army veteran and scientist who served in Afghanistan and Germany. We are living in unprecedented times. This administration is dangerously extremist. Dangerously radical. Because it's the government, many people have a false notion that whatever they do is normal. But it isn't. A lot of people don't understand what's happening in America right now. Racism, misogyny, and bigotry are rapidly becoming mainstream. Meanwhile, they're already threatening to silence political opposition. Our system is broken. Our economy isn't working for working people. Instead of fighting back against the system, which seems insurmountable, we fight against each other. They brainwash people into hating each other over small differences. Fear is their greatest tool. To all those who trash me in my comment sections, I have a message for you. You're being duped. They want you to hate your neighbor while they continue to rob you blind. In what world will deporting hardworking, undocumented immigrants lead to higher wages and cheaper groceries for you? It's time to activate our communities, and it's time to educate anyone you know who's willing to listen. We need to start sounding the alarm in any way we can. We cannot wait until the 2026 election. We are rapidly losing our rights and our freedoms. I know many of you are tired and scared. I'm tired too. But we need to stand together in this critical moment. It's now or never.
It's time to stop falling for the trick. Most people have never heard of this quote from President Lyndon B. Johnson, but it might be one of the most honest things any U.S. president has ever said about racism. He said, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. Now, LBJ wasn't talking about feelings. He was exposing a system. It's a psychological trick that has been used for centuries to convince poor white Americans into supporting policies that harm them. Racism has always served as a distraction, a smokescreen. While the working class is taught to resent or fear black people, immigrants, or marginalized communities, they completely overlook the real cause of their suffering: the wealthy elite robbing them blind. This tactic still works today. Just look at what's happening right now. Republicans recently passed a massive domestic policy mega bill loaded with tax breaks, not for everyday people, but for billionaires, venture capitalists, private schools, and even rum manufacturers, all while slashing social programs, blocking healthcare access, and attacking public education. But instead of demanding answers or change, many working class white Americans are being told that the problem is wokeness, DEI programs, immigration, or black history. That's not an accident, that's strategic. The goal is to keep people emotionally enraged and racially divided, so they never organize around their shared economic interest. That's the real con. Racism isn't just about hate, it's about control. And as long as people keep falling for it, they'll keep voting against their own future. Not because they're evil, though many of them are, but because they've been lied to. And think about it, the lie has been profitable for the people lying to them in broad daylight. So next time someone just tries to tell you that racism is just a cultural issue, just remember it's actually an economic tool used to divide the working class, destroy solidarity, and keep power in the hands of a few.
Y'all, I'm a truck driver, right? Let me tell you the effects of Donald Trump. This company called me begging me to work for them because they couldn't find drivers anymore. Why couldn't they find drivers? Because Donald Trump instituted that you must speak English in order to hold a CDL. That means people who are natural born Americans, people who have been here for centuries, who built the country, now we get opportunities that all these foreigners would get. Say what you want to about Trump. I'm not saying he's not racist, but what he's doing positively affects me. Now the jobs that were going to illegal immigrants, that they were working for pennies on the dollar, now it goes to a natural-born, full-blooded American.
Stop posting the Trump videos because it seems like they were getting to people. I guess being a black Trump supporter is a very bad thing in America nowadays. So if you're black and you voted for Trump, get ready for the backlash. Get ready for people to say very mean things about you, hateful things about you. And it's just things that you can't control because we live in a society that's judgmental nowadays. That's why I've barely been posting. So I used to post a lot of Trump supporter videos, but hey, I stopped posting on social media when it came to those things. So there you got it.
Trump have done more for black people than any other president in history of America.
I like Trump because I have taken the time
Yes.
to listen to him. I'm not just listening to the fake news. I see what he does. I see he's genuine.
Yes.
Also, before he ran for president, He was loved by everybody. And all of a sudden, because he wants to be a president, and people don't want him to be a president, he's suddenly a racist when he's not a racist. Thank you very much.
What do people in the black community, which is a very generalized term, but like, do people agree with you? Do your friends and family agree?
Yeah, they love Trump. They love Trump. All of our black community love Trump.
I would say there's some black people who just hate white people anyway, generally.
Dear white people, no one is asking you to apologize for your ancestors. We're asking you to dismantle the systems of oppression they built that you maintain and benefit from. Now, the question becomes, do you understand how you maintain and benefit from these systems of oppression? You know, this reminds me of a meme I used to love. It said that particular people do not want to be blamed for their ancestors' actions, but they sure as hell don't want to let go what their ancestors left for them. If you inherit a business and you believe the profits is the only thing you taking on and you ain't taking on none of the debt, it's kind of crazy. Do you understand how trust and distribution of wealth and how we pass things from generation to generation? I don't understand why this concept is so hard to grasp. In closing, though, nobody blaming you for nothing. We just think it's your responsibility to help us deconstruct the systems that you maintain and benefit from. Amen. Education is elevation.
Black Americans do not deserve reparations. That's actually false. We're the only group in America that has not been repaid after centuries of legal theft. Enslaved people built this economy basically for free. Well, actually, yeah, for free. After slavery, new laws was built to keep stealing. Black families were denied land. They were redlined out of housing. They were shut out of the GI Bill and loans that actually helped white families build wealth. And let's not say it's impossible, because America has paid reparations to the Japanese Americans and also the Native Americans. Yeah, we can argue whether it was enough or not, but that's besides the point. The point is, America knows how to pay. It's just who they choose to pay. So the question isn't whether can we afford reparations. The question is, why does America keep stalling to pay the debt that is owed to descendants of slavery? Why is that? Can y'all let me know?
I am tired of people speaking negatively about the black community. I'm tired of seeing fake headlines painting black people in a bad light to get some attention. I'm tired of people justifying their racism and hatred and diverting it to black people who, for the most part, mind their own business and positively contribute to society. Black people are a net positive to any community that gets the pleasure of being around them. Most black men and women are very upstanding individuals. Do you know the level of discipline most black families have to go through just to try to fit into America from back in the day? It doesn't matter how hard we try, how much we contribute, what we do, everything we accomplish, what we invent. No matter what, it still comes back down to this weird focus and obsession with hating black people. And I don't get it. This video is in response to the looting headlines circling LA. They're saying that looting is occurring in LA while these fires are going on. I'm sure there is. However, the only video that came out was a bunch of black people in a house moving stuff out of the house with fire trucks and policemen all around the house. So you truly believe that these people are robbing a house right in front of policemen and firemen? So the neighborhood is too nice. It can't be their house they're moving their stuff out of, very calmly, walking very slowly. What is this weird societal obsession with taking all your rage and hatred out on the black community? I don't understand it. We have put up with this all of our lives and it still continues today. It doesn't matter how successful we get. It doesn't matter how much we contribute. These are the same headlines that I saw as a kid that made me not want to be black because I was taught by America to hate myself because black people are bad. Is the black community that profitable at the expense of how the world views them? Skit coming soon. And guess what? If people are looting and some of them happen to be black, they're bad people, not bad black people. Let's get that straight.
Should the government pay reparations for slavery?
No.
And why?
When there are talks like this, it's boiled down to white families should pay black families. I'm an Irish immigrant. At one point, my family were slaves to the British. Now, I would be paying reparations for things that were done when my family never even lived in the country. Honestly, why should we pay for the crimes of the dead?
I'm going to say something controversial, but if you don't want refugees here, start paying reparations. If you don't want refugees here, start paying reparations, because do you know why they're coming? Do you know why they're coming? I bet you don't know why they're coming. They're coming because the West, the global North, has literally fundamentally extracted any wealth and any prowess that they might have had as countries, as nations. And now the people are literally being forced to flee because they are either war-torn, they are either impoverished, they are currently being exploited, they were possibly exploited in the past. All of these things mean people probably don't want to stay in those positions and probably want the best for them and their families. And they're probably looking over to the West and thinking, hey, mate, you've actually got all of the global wealth hoarded in this one part of the world. How about I come and make a better life for me and my family here? How about let me flee this situation, which is dangerous and terrifying, and let me go over to a safe situation, which is actually still not that safe. Let's be very fucking real here. It's not that safe to be a refugee in a Western country, as we can clearly see from the race riots and the people and heinous, what to call them, racists who are like burning up hotels and doing all this kind of stuff. Like, if it wasn't so bad there, do you think that they would come here? Do you get that? How about let's all fix this, because me and you, we want the same thing, right? We want everyone to be back in their own homes. We can't do that, babe, if we're actually simultaneously stripping their homes of wealth, of resources, of everything else. If we're funding wars in their homes. So how about we stop funding wars in their homes? How about we stop sending arms? How about we stop funding the militarization? Yeah? How about we stop exploiting resources? How about we stop exploiting people? Yeah? And then they won't come. They don't want to be here. They would rather be in their home, actually, frankly.
And that is why Black Americans do not need to keep quiet. Yes, because honestly, I want to personally thank Donald Trump as well for just being able to be honest and opening the eyes of a lot of us to be able to see a lot of things that is actually being buried. That is why when I play the last clip, you can hear from the last clip where some people are saying reparations should actually not be given to Black people. And I ask myself, like, why? Like, why? Now, why is all of this unfolding? All of this is unfolding because Donald Trump is able to prove to us that, yes, this is what they have been hiding, right? Let's pull it out so that the world can actually see. In 99% of his politics during the time of his campaign, what he said he was going to do was what he was doing. But at the end of the day, how many people are actually benefiting from it? Even the so-called his own people are suffering from this. Do you get? And honestly, when I see these people's videos actually thinking and talking about how the system is built and what should be done and what not should be done, it gives me more insight and more clarity. And I said something in one of my videos. I said, this orange man is making this regime, this few hours or years that he have, is going to be like a tough regime so that the next president that is actually coming will take, before they would take their time to fix what is already broken, their time is already over. Do you get? And to Black Americans, I will just tell you this, to people that look like me especially, I will just tell you this, right? This is not a fight that you will just come out and be protesting solidarity forever. This is what you should make your voices heard. Just keep saying it, keep pulling out, keep showing, keep reminding the system what is supposed to be done and what have to be done. Because at the end of the day, if the system is trying to forget covering one issue or the other, because I keep asking myself, why is it that when it's getting closer for Black Americans to be blessed, then I keep seeing other things unfolding? At least now people have tested hunger, people have tested tariffs, people have tested new bills being passed, people have tested a lot of things in this regime that at the end of the day, they have seen it all. And their eyes is now wide open so that if the next regime is actually on board, they will really know the value of what the next regime is actually doing for them. Honestly. So yeah, Donald Trump deserves to be appreciated. The orange man deserves to be praised for opening the eyes of so many people. He deserves to be thanked for opening the eyes of a lot of Americans that were just sleeping, that do not even know what is happening behind the scene. It was when this man came into the picture, he have to prove to you and show you that you see those things that they are keeping behind, you see those things that they don't want to talk about, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go ahead and unfold it. After all, I'm not even coming back to run presidential election. That is why even when they keep trying to bring different clips here and there, he didn't even care about it. Epstein files, who is even still talking about it? I pray they are still talking. So there are just a lot of things that have been unfolded. At the end of the day, the solutions are not provided. They just unfold, keep, live, and move. Anyways, let me not talk too much. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And yes, with no further ado, I'm going to be simple and I'll see you guys in my next one. But just have it at the back of your mind that a lot will still be unfolding. A lot will still be reviewed. I will keep saying it. Just chill. Something is cooking. And until that time, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. I love you. Mwah.